Hello everyone, welcome to another episode here on Gorbad Ironclaw. So we can have a peace deal here with Nurgle, and I'll definitely take it. And I am not going to take anything else. Oh, I could get a defensive alliance, but do I want that? Because he's at war with Chevaliers, and I really don't want to force a war against the Chevaliers because he has like 6 settlements and no armies. So no. We're not gonna get into an arms race against them. So as you can see, I just shifted off a little bit in terms of the units here. For Spite Backbiter, he's gonna get he's gonna get Orc Boys, actually, the ones from Oglok. And I'm gonna give him the Black Orc units to Oglok. And Snite's Neck Snapper, he's just having everything else. That's literally it. You know, it's not like I'm creating, you know, an important army with Snite. No, he just gets everything else, and he's just gonna have this sort of army to reinforce garrisons around. And I'll likely just disband some of these units if I need. But yeah, for now I do have enough. We're trying to get Ungrim here into some battles. Not that I'll fight them actually at this point. If I can avoid, I'll just auto-resolve, because I fought Ungrim for like 30 episodes so far. No, but like 10 episodes or so. So this is something that I like to do, which is when I've decided the heroes, I'll just rename them as the name of the Lord and just say that they are their caster or their melee. The reason for this is very simple. In case I take the hero away or it gets wounded, I'll always know where it belongs. Of course, feel free to use any other idea, but that's just something that I like to have. So I do want to have a Black Orc hero for this guy, but yeah, Black Orc Big Boss. I wish it wasn't upkeep for Goblin and Night Goblin units. I wish there was a specific one, you know, a trait that would give, you know, less upkeep for Orc units. But well, I guess we don't have that right for that one. But it's okay. He's gonna go. I can rename him with the same idea, Bloodub's melee. So now I know. This is also very good in case you guys don't play as often as I do, and then you forget for a long time, you leave the campaign, and then suddenly when you come back you go like, oh, what's happening? You know, who's this hero, you know, where does it belong? So that helps. And as you can see, for instance, when an army is complete, I'll always put a C next to it, you know, on the name of the Lord. That way I know that in general, any units that die, I'll just use those, okay? Any units that die, I'll just replace with the same, okay? But overall, I'm not planning to. Oh, I actually need to change this. And let me see. Can I? Oh, I cannot afford that. Let me go back. Go back. Yeah, let's not do that. So, actually, the main purpose, as I was saying, is to avoid making too many changes to the armies that suddenly it's not exactly what you were thinking. By the way, this notification of low funds, it's not happening, okay? It's just because I previously was, and now I'm no longer. So it triggered, but it is no longer. And also, if you're predicting that there's going to be at least one battle, in the end, it's quite fine to do that. So, speaking of transition, so I transitioned to the next turn, and we got a battle. We got a war, actually, against the Skaven, which is like, come on, dudes, I really want to be your friends. We were about to get military alliances, and suddenly he's at war with me because I'm enjoying the other guys. So yeah, I actually. Oh, I got short victory! Yay me! So yeah, that's cool. Only at turn 83, but that's mostly because I went, you know, to the north and to the side, where instead of going to these badlands, which I'll advise to go much faster to this. I just let the flow go through. But honestly, you can just get short victory really fast if you focus on it, of course. So, but yeah, I was trying. It's amazing that I'm not going to have riders on the flanks. It's about the first time that I don't get a specific skill from a lord. Then again, I can always use the reskill option if I need later on. I'm not too much on using mentor, for instance, but definitely something that can be used. A lot of people abuse it, and like they have mentor and everything, so that the experience gets shared so fast that you get a lot of stuff. Let me move this guy here. There's likely nothing from Khorne, if not mistaken. They have like literally 0 forces. And I think Khemri has almost nothing there. Yeah, and Khemri has a gold mine, which is actually kind of cool. But the biggest problem is that it might put me into war with others. So yeah. Now I'm going to send Blood here against Tretch. And I think the other 2 armies are enough to deal, especially because I have the walk still going on. I think that is going to not be enough to deal with with Ungrim to the north, and then later on I'll send 1 army, over here. So as you can see, for instance, Rachnik Spider Claw, and then there's a C. That C means it's complete. I'm not going to make any changes to the overall army over here. Same with Arog Backbiter. I could have some changes to it. I still have a mercenary there, but it's one of those situations where it's not a priority, at least to give me like, okay, focus on another army instead of this one, So let's try to ambush. Tretch is a bit of a problem because he has a very large border with me, so I don't know where his armies are. I can see 1 there. I hope that he falls into an ambush here. I'm going to use Regimental, and Regimental if I can. Do I have it available? Yeah, but I also have our Error Catcher. Shoot the runs is better, actually. And let me get Regimental. There we go. It's just because getting Regimental just gives a lot of income. Let's get Web Weaving. And Broodmothers. Oh, yeah, definitely. That's cool. So I don't have a lot of the tactics, but as soon as I get, some lords to level 30, they will be allowed to. So, Adok, what are you in need of? It's the Regimental or the Power of the Warg, if I can. Okay. I guess that's okay. I have some unassigned skills here with you, dude. Let's get Mob Boss. I really need to reduce overall the upkeep of these units. I still don't have Regimental because I lack 1 hero. Yeah, I need to get that guy there. I'll crush them all! I'm earning 0, which is perfect. At least it's good. Considering the amount of armies actually that I have, and they're kind of high quality, it's fine. It's not that every single army is high quality, but there's still, it's good. Okay. Goblin Watchtower here? I don't know. Maybe Karakite Peaks upgrade? I don't know. I'm just checking to see if there's any places where I can upgrade income. Yeah, there we go. Growth is also important because it also pairs with replenishment, but for now I think I'm gonna wait here. Yeah. Oh, let me see the scrap upgrades. I definitely want to have some of these guys. These are the monsters. I need to unlock all of those. So yeah, for now, and this is something, by the way, if you're playing with any army that you're playing, I think Gorbad is the one that incites you to have mostly all types of units. So scrap upgrades are much more difficult to have for your whole army for him, because you're going to need to unlock everything, and then it's slightly different, you know. While for, let's say that you're playing with Skarsnik, you're only going to be using goblins and maybe a squig, so it's much easier to have a path for that. So Clan Scryer wants to be friends, and definitely I don't want that, because that will bring me into many wars. Exiles of Khorne, they only have one settlement, which I want to capture. And yeah, I'm gonna be advancing here a ton, actually. I can get the regimental, there we go. And now it's duration indeterminate, which is perfect. This is the second blood. Okay, let me just, I am in movement, yes. Let me see if I can ambush that guy. Because if I can ambush him, well, I couldn't. I have the stalking stance there. And what am I going to do now? I can do the trick of sieging that settlement and then attacking Ungrim outside of it. Yeah, there we go. So yes, of course this is a decisive defeat, because there's a settlement, and then there's the settlement garrison, and then there's Ungrim. But I encircle, and suddenly those armies cannot reinforce. Ungrim has already retreated, so he doesn't have anywhere to go. And I have 4 armies against him, so including, of course, the my Wog armies. That's perfect. We've all fought Ungrim many times, so that actually means defeated Ungrim. That's actually good for my army as well, for me. And all that I need now is actually to get this settlement and suddenly... Oh, can I auto-resolve it? I really don't want to lose those loonies. So I'm just going to wait a while. There's no problem in encircling here. But it's not like I want to fight too many battles. Yeah. And this is actually a minor settlement with a lot of units, and I have... Most of my units are how to say? Most of my units are actually with poor health, and that affects auto resolve. So let's just get reduced upkeep everywhere. And finally, this guy's gonna get some good skills for fighting. I always avoid that in the late, you know, up until the very late game or later stages, mostly because I don't invest too much in lords or characters being like the main focus. I always like to use the army, but by all means, you can always have great characters that will do most of the pushing. Just make sure that you make the plan of the fight to make the plan of the fight to go for that. Okay, so let's go wound. Maybe he'll need to wound someone later on. It's one of those situations where you don't really need that. Oh, hold on. I can get back here. There we go. There we go. And you're fine there. Okay, I was just checking if it had changed anything. And yeah, I can do this to get them nearly full. That's great. I'm not going to move them. And this guy is going to go here. I need to disband some units, so I really dislike disbanding too much stuff. I need a Black Orc unit, and I need the Black Orc big boss there. But I really dislike having to disband units. I always like to just, you know, not reduce my power by that, because it always ends up reducing a little bit the power. I wonder if I would disband this or would disband the Goblin Thrower, but I think the Goblin Thrower is still fine for some anti-large, especially with some upgrades. It's one of those units that it's not perfect, but it does give me something. So yeah, I would need... Oh, do I want to do that? No, I don't, because that reduces my income. So yeah, you're gonna have life leeching. Yeah, there we go. And now that I have that, I can use regimental. There we go. And with everyone with regimental, it just gives me so much more you know, with so much more income, you know, less reduced upkeep. It's perfect. Let me see if I can find some doodads. I don't think I need Gorbad here. I think he needs to go to the top. Oh, actually, he doesn't need that. Okay, that's cool. Yep. Okay, that's cool. That actually gives unit mass. It gives a lot of good stuff for Orc Boar Boys. That's a nice landmark. So my Oglok character is going to get even better stuff. Yep, Oglok the Horrible. Yeah, this plague can spread a lot, and that's a big problem. Let me see if I can spread it to the Skaven units, you know. Let me see if I can spread it out. Okay, and what am I gonna do here with Spite Backbiter? So I don't want yet to change units with them because I can run the risk of having the plague distributed. I could get regimental, but that's the last plan. I want to have some of the plans. I need to fight with Gorbad. Let's I could get the defensive, but man, it's a problem. Exiles of Khorne are going to get destroyed, which is perfect. And this episode has been going on for quite a while. So there's a lot of, yeah, developing, getting the necessary stuff, upgrading the units. One of the things that I keep forgetting is items. I likely will do, you know, most of the items around this time. And I'm just planning, sometimes I'm just planning what type of armies I'm going to have. So overall, this guy is going to get Gobos. And he's going to get Orc Boys as well. So he's going to have both, which is, it's not unheard of, but I don't typically do that. I typically either go Orcs or either go Gobos. But I'll need yet another Lord, that's for sure. I'm going to need another army. And it's going to have like those nice mangler squigs. It's going to be another like this, you know, with tricky Cracktooth. I think that's a cool one. But the Night Goblin War Boss doesn't really give too much. Well, I guess it's nice. It's nice. It's squigs and everything. So I guess that's cool compared to the bonuses from the Great Shaman, which gives me some stuff maybe for spiders. The speed is nice. I could get a wolf type army. Why not? Yeah, let me try a wolf type army. So I'm gonna get, yeah, the speed at Rid Strider. That's perfect. He's gonna be great for the wolves. And I'm gonna already put riders here. Yeah. Just to know that that's the sort of army that I'm going to be building with. And I'm going to recruit some riders, which I don't have here. Yeah, it's on Karazek. I could recruit from here, but I mean, I don't need to recruit already. I could have hired him in Karakate Peaks. That was silly. But okay, I guess he gets a little bit more. So yeah, I'm going to recruit some stuff there. Do I want this? Do I want the Shaman? I don't know if I want the Shaman. I'll have to check. But that'll be next episode. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.